For me, it was very much like having an alternative reality, like being in a sensory deprivation chamber, you know, where everything is cut off. No, you don't see anything. There's no movement.
Totally dark.
Totally dark. Because when I went in there, all of a sudden I realized that I could see hardly anything. I heard no noises. I couldn't see the trees. I just knew where to go through to get in there. So I went in there and I sat down. And I look around and I said, gee, this is dark. My only connection that was being allowed was up. And I looked up and there was this fantastic sky, no clouds. English expression, wall to wall with stars. Just
Stars spread all
star
over.
spread the whole way, no clouds. It was me and the universe. And two things happened to me. The first thing that happened to me was when I fell into that space, I'm looking up at the immense size of the universe. I remember thinking, gee, how small and insignificant we are in the grand scheme of things. I was feeling how small humanity is and how small I was in this. It was as if I were at the bottom of a huge well. Okay with the language? Way down.
Yeah.
You know, okay. So that was the first thing I felt was, none of this makes any difference. How insignificant are our little lives, okay? The next thing that happened was I felt something very large come from this space. Kind of coming and then just whoosh into my heart chakra area. Because I remember it knocked me back. It knocked me back on my back. It was just this huge feeling of something that came in around here. I knocked back, and then I just felt energy flowing. I was tingling. And I don't know how long this lasted, probably 10, maybe 15 minutes maximum, but it was very powerful all the way through me. What I got was a message. Now, it was not a voice. It was a gentle presence. If I had to put a gender to it, I would say it was masculine, but not to make an issue of it. But it just felt like a loving presence. And the message I got, translated into my words, was the universe has purpose, and that purpose is good. And I knew that my life had changed. I knew that I could not continue on the path I was on. I had work to do. I wanted to know truth. In my knowledge, my inner knowledge, that the universe has purpose, and that purpose is good. And if I give my energy to that, I'm doing all I need to do. I don't try to look too far in the future. I like the message that came out of the founding of this community, which is basically just pay attention to what's right in front of you. If you can live your life with integrity, with the interactions you're making, and the decisions you're making with what's right in front of you, forget worrying about what's going on down the road a ways. This is where energy flows. And that's why I say we're going to leave kindergarten behind, and we need to activate a higher level of our consciousness. And we get there by growing our awareness, by growing our attitude about each other, by loving each other rather than hating each other, etc., etc. It's very much letting something unfold and helping just orchestrate it. It's like a symphony orchestra. We will all have different instruments to play in the symphony. My belief system is that we're not talking about 100 or 200 years down the road about the change of consciousness on the planet. I am here to be a part of the transformation of consciousness on this planet. And I don't know how long I'm going to live on this level, but I know that I'm a part of that, and it's happening now. It's not happening down the road some ways. That's to to defer responsibility in thinking that, oh, that'll happen someday, but not now. Excuse me, my message, the message of this community to the world is, the time is now.
We are in it.
We are in it. And you guys are part of it by helping bring the East and the West together. I want to appreciate you for what you're doing with these attempts to create communication between cultures the way you are. That's a part of what's going on in our day and age.